Welcome in, everybody. It's championship time for the Arkansas Activities Association Finals on the Play versus platform. Joining me here is Chimako09. Chimako, we're excited for some finals action in some Rocket League.
I'm excited that you actually mentioned the 09. That usually doesn't happen. But thank you, Bernard. Thank you for the invitation as well. And yeah, I'm excited about this. I was looking, some information around, looking at the team's last chance right now against Bentonville Rocket League Black. And that means that, there were a couple of schools for Bentonville that we had a gold and black. Black is the one that is here. It's number 1 seed against number 3 in the regular season. This one should be a banger.
Absolutely. They're going up against Cabot High School as well. The LastChance team has one last chance to win this championship also. Let's go ahead and go over their rosters here. For Cabot High School, Robert Forster is going to be the coach walking in. Sush can't win. Tux and Arctic Blaze will round out that roster. Like you mentioned, it was a 4-0 situation, or they were pretty dang good throughout the regular season, and a 4-0 in the semifinals against Van Buren, the reason why they're here today, here, Chimako.
Yep. In Bentonville, they have Abacus, they had Orbiter, they have Bexify. The coach is Chris Hutchins. So the team, they didn't have it as swift. I think it was a 4-1 situation for them in the semifinals. But, it's making it here. That's what matters. It doesn't matter if you make it a 4-3 or whatever. They are here in the finals. They deserve the spot, and they're ready to play.
No doubt, and we talked a little bit about it. These two teams, they eventually ran into one another when it came to the regular season, and it was Cabot High School that took advantage of that situation. Bentonville Black, the only match that they lost was against Cabot High, and the score was 3-1. So Bentonville able to take a game off of Cabot High School, which not a lot of teams in this bracket can say that they've done either.
Not many. I mean, the fact that they only lost 4 games throughout the whole regular season, it was impressive. And I think they only missed or lost 1 game as well throughout the playoffs. And the playoffs was cutthroat. It was 32 teams, single elimination, getting all the way here. I mean, getting all the way here on those playoffs is impressive by itself.
And Bentonville, of course, coming in with Avicus, Orbiter, and Bexify, the team that has been relatively perfect to get here. The 3 have such insane chemistry from what we've been able to see from past iterations of this team in Play versus Championships, and we get to see a sneak peek of them yet again here today. And between these two teams, it was close to begin with, but that means a hot start is even more important. Also, a bit of stamina comes into play. We mentioned the semifinals matchups. We did not mention currently that they were played today. So to have a best-of-7 situation, especially in a LAN environment, which can also be pretty difficult to adjust to, which, by the way, hello, everybody in Arkansas that's live at the events. Excited to have you watching along, and we'll see which team has that stamina and can take games on here as we'll go to the pitch here momentarily.
Yeah, I like the situation right now. Both teams had a best-of-7 series before coming here, so they should be pretty warm up. And sometimes when you have a long layover, a long wait, it's kind of you lose the track, you lose the momentum, but hopefully that's not the case for them right now. They should be ready to go. And again, LAN environment, the nerves might be there for the finals, but hopefully they were able to lose that nerves before the semifinals and be ready for this moment.
Absolutely. Before we head to the pitch, we want to let you all know that Play Versus is the place to be as far as building your high school program. Play Versus is very much committed to leveling the playing field for all students who are involved as well. Play Versus is the family-friendly place to be. All high schools looking for those opportunities always can visit playversus.com and get your high school registered. You'd be glad you did. Game number 1 of the Best of 7 championship here of the Arkansas Activities Association. Chimako, it begins now.
There you go. Okay, so we had Bentonville on the blue side and LastChance Cabot High School on the orange side. Right away, it is Bentonville putting the pressure on, trying to find a way to score to get the passing place. But no, that was a great defensive play by LastChance, forcing Bentonville to go back. So you see, it is not about putting on the pressure, but also being able to keep it. And so far, LastChance is not allowing Bentonville to do so.
In LastChance looking to press in and maybe challenge Bentonville. It didn't happen very much in their match previously, and that is a whole old tale. They want to make sure that they come out and prove a point. A first game win would absolutely solidify that situation. But Bentonville's making it difficult here. The demo out in front as well. The shot will go a little bit high though, and Abikis wasn't able to get to that rebound either, and it's sent over to the bench.
I mean, when you go for those demos, when you actually catch those demos, you gotta make sure that your teammates either put the ball on the net and that actually happens. Otherwise, it is a wasted time. Or I mean, not completely wasted, but you know what I'm saying, right? That you're doing hard work getting the demo and then nothing happens. That was another beautiful pass, another opportunity. It's like a chance, but no way. The ball just won't go in. Either the post defending or someone from LastChance and being able to get the ball away. But this has been a beautiful start for Bentonville.
Yeah, Cabot might be named LastChance, but that LastChance wasn't able to find its way through here from Bentonville as they look to put the foot to the gas themselves as Tux will transition directly back in. This will be a misread on the back wall, but a good recovery effort from the defense of Bentonville because they were looking at a wide open net, but Bentonville denied.
I'm surprised right now, Bear. I'm surprised because, I mean, looking at all the stats, looking at everything that has happened, I'm thinking LastChance is going to be the more offensive team. They're going to be leading with all the pressure. And no, I mean, right now, the ball going very close into the orange side. And LastChance is relegated to defend all the time. They haven't been able to attack that often. And even that chance that they had there, they missed the opportunity to get the pass and shoot on net. And they're back into defense once more.
Yeah, again, maybe a little bit of those nerves coming in. It is a finals match. After all this wins, play versus, you're going to have those. You got to shake out. And LastChance with another opportunity here. It was played above the net, but Abikis was able to get to it here, and it'll just go side for side. It'll be a horizontal push, and even though Sush got to that one, it's a little bit wide and off the mark. Couldn't quite find Twine, but they're still after it here into the corner. 50-50 gonna knock out to midfield. It'll be Bentonville to clear the zone, and now they're on the offensive. Great pass down, a shot angle, what a save. The follow-up saved as well. LastChance somehow get away with it after Bentonville seemed almost perfect on the offensive side.
I can't believe it. I can't believe that ball didn't go in. I mean, so many good passes and so many good second chance opportunities, but they were not able to connect. Actually, I mean, they did connect, but the defense was solid, so solid that they were really playing it. I mean, I couldn't tell where the ball was going, but somehow, LastChance was able to tell, and they were able to stay perfect so far. We are down almost to the last 100 seconds here on the clock, and still no goals on any team. But this is a testament of how good the defense has been for LastChance.
Yes, defense wins championships. LastChance holding on by a thread, but for how much longer? Feels like they're kind of after that bend but don't break attitude. But really, both of these teams have been very stacked defensively, have been making these big saves that they need to. It'll be a matter of inches here, Chiamako, as far as who ends up walking away with a victory here in game number 1, which, you know, it is a best of 7. It's a long series, but at the same time, you want that hot start. And perhaps it's here, but Tug's just not able to get enough velocity on that shot. And it'll hang here back at midfield where Bentonville was able to get to it, but look out, the other way it comes. And a bit of ping pong, but Orbiter stayed down the pitch. He'll be demoed off it eventually. And man, it has been a scramble so far. Shot taken! What a save again! Orbital showing off that recovery speed. And that's the defense I was talking about.
And over there, didn't have that much in the tank to go for that save. That was very, very tight, but he was able to make it. Now, Arctic Blaze having to play with nothing in the tank. It's a pass in the midfield. No one's going for the pass, so Search is able to go for the dribble. He's going for the pass to Arctic Blaze. Arctic Blaze finding his teammate Tox not being able to push forward. However, no problems here. The ball is still on a safe place for them. Tox now, nothing in the tank once more, and this is bad for LastChance. I mean, they've been playing with nothing in the tank for too long now. The ball right in front of their net. They gotta go for it. They make the block. The ball on the breakaway for the blue zone. It's gonna be Vexify with the clear. Archie plays. He's gonna play it safe. He's going up high. The ball didn't get to the wall on time, and we go to overtime.
Overtime in game number 1 already. That's how close these two teams have been. Nobody's scored. Could it be now off a kickoff? No, it will be settled down by Sush. And LastChance of the Cabot High School will look to gain a little bit of control here. Bentonville has been after them after shot that's been defended well, but they want to translate it to offense opportunity, but the pass can be denied by Vexify.
It's close and still close, still close. Oh, you gotta make contact with the ball before that. After it goes on the wall on the backboard, it becomes a pass. It could be very there. Another opportunity here for a double tap, but no, Abacus was able to get it out of the way. Big play by Abacus. You don't want to let it. No, the big play is done. He actually made the pass. That was unfortunate. I'm just gonna call it that way. That was super unfortunate for Abacus. That's not the play that he wanted. Probably, most likely, you want to send it to the corner, but not straight to your attacker. And that's how LastChance, after being defending the whole game, win game number 1.
And with just ability to hold on for an extended period of time. They were under fire, under duress for what seemed like a lifetime throughout the entirety of that regulation. And then you hit overtime and you're starting to feel a little bit of those chances develop late into the regulation. And then when you get into overtime, be able to relieve some of that pressure. They took the first 2 initial shots in overtime and then the decider at the tail end of that one. So gaining a little bit momentum after that game number 1, a hard fought battle, and I expect nothing less than a defensive struggle in just a back and forth type of style game, which is always fun for viewers here that are tuned in for this finals.
I gotta say, I think this is the best start for LastChance in many ways because they were able to prove that their defense, the defense is strong, is very solid. They were calm the whole time. I mean, it doesn't seem calm because they're jumping around and moving around. But when I say calm, is that they never had triple commits. They never had 2 bad double commits, and they were able to rotate very well. They did play with a little boost, which I expect them to change that, make adjustments so they don't play with lower boost tanks for the rest of the games. But at the end of the game, they were getting better at offense up until the moment that they actually make that goal. They forced an error on Bentonville and got that win. So there were many good things about that, even though they struggled and they were defending for a long time. I still think, it was a great start for them. That said, their defense lacked in there. There was no defense whatsoever, completely open net. Well, the demo actually helped a lot as well. So, yeah, good one on Bentonville. And now, all of a sudden, Bentonville, 11 seconds, they got the lead.
It took 7.5 minutes, including game 1 in its overtime and into this game for them to finally find a mark. And it's not because their attack has been down and out. They've been finding creative ways. You see Orbiter putting on a show there in his mechanics to try to create more. And now another shot taken. And if LastChance, yes, you got away with game number 1, but now it's a whole different ball game. The way that Orbiter is playing defense, the recovery effort that we saw from him and Bexify, both of them have been absolutely outstanding. And Orbiter goes back to work here on the offensive side. Sushi thought he was cleared there in the corner, but Bexify able to find a beautiful pass.
The thing is, you're thinking it's going to be a shot from Bexify. That's probably not the smartest play, but the most common play. It is going straight into the shot there, but I mean, Orbiter decided, hey man, I'm here, I'm ready. Just give me the ball. And Orbiter with a hat trick right now. I mean, is that a hat trick in what 38 seconds of game? This is so weird because LastChance was so good defending on game number 1, and all of a sudden it's like we're tired. I mean, we're not gonna do anything anymore. We're not gonna save anything else.
Yep, and again, it wasn't a huge mistake that cost him in overtime from Abacus. It's very difficult to make that play in the corner, right? And they gave up that win. But that being said, what do you look for? You look for teammates to pick you up. And right now, Orbiter's got 3. You got Bexify on the board with a goal of his own, and now you pick them up by leading. That is multiple times where Orbiter and Bexify has gone to work in honor of Abacus here to pick them up, pick the team up, and get back going here to get the 4-0 lead, and a chance to equalize looks more and more possible, especially when you've got the 4-0 lead without even a minute gone by, Shimako.
Yeah. I think I gotta apologize. That's what I think I can do right now. Apologize because I was talking so many good things about LastChance defense. I never said anything about Bentonville, not good or bad. But right now they took it personal. It's like, hey, dude, we were attacking. We were really good. they just got lucky that we were not able to connect on and score. And maybe that's the reason why. Maybe that's the case. But right now, Bentonville, I mean, everything that I've seen from them is great on offense. The passing plays, the individual plays as well. Everything has been on point, and LastChance, I'm not going to say they are the last chance yet, but they are not looking as solid as we were expecting, a team, with the number 1 seed coming in through.
Yeah, it's been a lot more difficult here in this game. And again, Bentonville, you felt like they were going to break through at some point with how many chances they were putting on the board early in game number one. It's just a matter of finding, stay patient, and play the style of play that you want to play, which is with a whole bit of fortitude on the offensive side of the pitch, right? And they've really shown that if you stick with that same style, if you trust the process, eventually you'll break through with multiple goals. They've done it all season long, so why not continue that same trend here?
I agree with you. I agree with you. They had very close moments on offense before, and it's like, hey guys, I mean, we just need to adjust, tweak it a little bit, but not change the play style. Let's keep what we were doing. It works. We know it's gonna work eventually. So there's nothing big to change. There's no dramatic changes that we have to do. And they stuck with it. They trust the process, and right now, it's looking great. LastChance finally being able to go on the offense a little bit here, maybe a chance to attack there. So yeah, they also made some changes, and it's good to see that in this game that they are trying to attack, that they are not giving up, and that's it. Like, hey, this is a best of 7. It is a long road. We're gonna try new things now. We're gonna adjust, and make our defense tighter. And hopefully we might not win this game, but we're gonna make it better for the rest of the series.
And yeah, because if you think about it, if you erase the first 45 seconds of this game, it's a 0-0, and it feels exactly like game 1 did, where they walked away with the win. Now, I get it, you can't erase it, but you are able to get one back on the board here.
Yeah.
Tux able to send the length of the pitch with a minute 40, nothing but time, especially in the game of Rocket League, to get a few on the board. Bentonville did it in 45 seconds. Why can't LastChance do it in a minute 40?
Why? That's a big question. That's a big why right there. I'm not gonna get into the details, but I see what you're saying. It's not done. It's not over. There's still a chance, especially when that last second of the game is so long. So if you score 2 more, you get a big chance at the end to actually score the third one and make it an overtime. Or who knows? I mean, maybe go better than an overtime and just finish the game right here, right now. But they gotta work fast, and that's an opportunity. A great shot that Abicus was there. Oh my God, what a save by Abicus. That guy was on top of things from the get-go.
That's why they may not be able to, Chimako, because the defense of Bentonville has been excellent. They have let barely anything through. It was a mistake of theirs that really cost them for the 1 goal that they gave up, but not too big of a cost, because they will get that 4-goal lead back, rather, right after Arctic tried to play it around. It felt like he had a timer going off in his head and said, I gotta get a touch on this ball, otherwise they're gonna get to it. It would have been a difficult shot there, so maybe could have let that go, but unfortunately it's an own goal nonetheless in that 4-goal lead back for Bentonville.
And Bear, I'm having technical difficulties here, so I'm gonna need you to carry on a little bit.
No worries
I'm
at
sorry.
all. No worries at all. I will I'll take over, and right now what we're seeing on our screens here for the stream is Arctic Blaze able to get one on the board too. So LastChance now down by 3. 56 seconds left. You got to put on your rally caps here in game number 2 and see if they can't roll back into the next game. Just the same. Off the kickoff though, they'll need a little bit of progress forward. They were able to get it to the zone. Orbiter going to be challenged. This is a great challenge by Tux. He didn't get complacent there on the offensive side. Instead, pulled it back down, and now it's going to force the issue against Bentonville as they continue to try to fight into the zone. Abacus tap back down. Orbiter not able to connect either. Tux on the retreat here. Although he will get the save. We're running out of time here with 30 seconds left. The demo out in front, but Bentonville just killing time at this point and marching towards a Game 2 victory where they might be able to equalize. And back down in. Tux waiting for it. Good patience to try to step around. And Abacus on the ball. Bit of a victory lap here in game number 2, and really a big difference maker was Bentonville getting off to that hot start. We didn't see it in game number 1, but that's why you equalize and pull all sorts of momentum into this next game. LastChance were able to get a couple of goals on the board, so it was not all for naught, but Bentonville, nonetheless, it'll be at their RL Black team that has taken it and given themselves an answer off of what was an excellent and quick start here, Chimako. That 45 seconds that we saw early on was the difference maker here. It was plain to see that they set the tone, and they were able to hold off for the entirety of that game to equalize. And right now, we'll head into game number 3, equal ground, Chimako. And we appreciate everybody for tuning in here as well to the Play versus Final for the Arkansas Activities Association. A big thank you goes out to everybody involved in this live environment, as well as all of you watching online as well and have chosen to check out this show. We appreciate you as always and want to encourage that you hit the follow button to follow all of the games and matches and championships and Play versus offers here. It's very free to do and supports the channel. We appreciate your venture into helping support Play versus here. Bentonville Black able to get one back. We're about to roll into game number 3 here, where Bentonville showed what they were able to accomplish from a defensive standpoint, but they're going to roll into the offensive side of things and show us why they're capable of being this offensive team that we know that we've seen the entirety of the season length, and we'll continue to see it here in this one too. We'll also look to try to get Chimako back in here. A bit of tech issues from his side, but we're going to go back into game number 3 now, as Cabot High School looking to get that answer back. And look to do that here. A dangerous opportunity into the box here. Orbiter will jump onto this one as well. A foot reset to try to touch it back towards the box. And now it'll be Bexify. Pulls back down. Opportunity shot taken. And Avicus will put Bentonville back in the lead, in the driver's seat again here in game number 2. Riding that momentum from game 2 rather into this game 3. And they've got the 1-0 lead over LastChance. And all that progress that we saw from LastChance from Cabot High School has been cut down here just from the prowess of Bentonville RL Black alone in this early sequence. As now we're seeing maybe a bit of tech issues here. We see LastChance holding back in their own box, trying to hold into it. And sure enough, a connection issue on site, it seems. So we're going to go ahead and check out what the tech issues are and move you into a little bit more analysis here. Yeah, sure enough, looks like a little bit of just lag issues that will get solved here momentarily. We also want to say that Arkansas Activities Association, we had Madden going on as well, and Mario Kart, I believe. So those 3 titles throughout the day, and it's been nothing but a great day overall for all. Reflecting back, we want to give a shout out to Bryant High Hornets for their appearance in the semifinals, as it was Van Buren High School against Cabot High School as well. So those 4 schools, a big thank you for coming out and competing in the Play versus championships here for the AAA. Chimako will be back with us here momentarily. In the meantime, I am your host, Bear Light, bringing you the action in here too. Shout out to the coaches as well from these 2 teams also. I want to go and show some love to those individuals who created high school esports programs in maybe a spot where it seems to be like, you know, it's growing, yes, but you want to see a whole lot of support. And a big shout out goes to those who not only stick their neck out, but really are putting in the work, the hard work, the elbow grease into creating their programs. So got to shout out Chris Hutchins of Bentonville RL Black, and of course Robert Forrester from Cabot High School as well. Y'all are doing big things where you're at, and in this Arkansas Activities Association, the more you grow, we all grow together. I'll keep you updated as far as when we're going to get back into this game number 3. It'll be momentarily after a bit of the issues that we had been having, and we'll try to get back in with Chimako as well. Chimako, are you here with us?
I'm here.
Hey.
Yeah. I mean, technical difficulties, it happens to everyone. It does. You know, there's no esport in the world that is, you know, immune to that, so it happens. But yeah, we took game number 2, and it was a surprising game. You mentioned that after those 45 seconds, you know, that on the start with those 4 goals, it was a tighter game. It was more even. Yes, it was, but still, you know, we saw Bentonville get that win, and that's the thing with Rocket League. That I mean, you gotta play for the full 5 minutes. It can't just be playing good for 3 or 4 minutes. You gotta give it all the whole 5 minutes, and that is exactly what happened to Cabot's LastChance.
No doubt about it. We just got the update as well from Play versus also from our admins, and a bit of a communication drop, so they weren't able to hear one another. So that makes a lot of sense. So there's so many factors that go into it when we talk about it. Yeah, internet and all that good stuff. But you're right. I mean, it was close overall. You want the win. Cabot, it felt like they really did steal one. LastChance did in game number 1. because Bentonville was still that same shot heavy team, goal heavy team, and or at least we're after it. Very, very aggressive team, and Cabot held on by a thread. They take game one, but even if you lose 5-2, Chimako, or you lose 5-3, or 6-2, 7-2, 8-2, 9-2, it doesn't matter how many goals that you win by. It's only one game at the end of the day. We're still at here, and you have a chance in addition to that to kind of take a timeout, take a breather here, and then roll into the next game with a fresh mindset and maybe a fresh communications line as well.
Exactly, and it's I think Cabot was good about that. They were doing fairly poorly on those 45 first 45 seconds, but after that they got on the mindset that, hey, I mean, whatever is happening right now, we're gonna play our best. We're gonna still keeping the momentum high, or at least our energy is high, so we can do better on the next game. So we don't go there like all bum out and feeling weak and feeling like we don't have anything to bring here. So I applaud them for that. They had the right mentality, they had the right energy, and now going back into game number 3. Well, I hope, this is my hope, right, that they can make it competitive once more and forget about that mishap, because it was a weird moment. They were trying things and it didn't work out, and Bentonville was just having a really good time. But I mean, LastChance won game number 1. They were able to get good defense. They were able to stop many things. So the mentality should be, let's focus on the good things on game number 1, and let's not focus on those bad 45 seconds of game number 2.
And again, I agree with you 100% there. One of the things that I noticed about Cabot specifically that really rose to the occasion was their ability to shut down some of the plays that we're developing. Because let's be honest, Bentonville RL Black is a pass-happy team, and that's a very positive thing to say, because passing can be the ultimate difficulty to try to defend, to keep 3 members on the defense active and trying to defend that. That's very difficult to do. But that's also my key for Cabot High School and LastChance rolling into this game number 3. I get it, we're equal, but it feels like they need a bounce back effort, and to do that, to jumpstart it, they gotta look out for that Orbiter and what was it? Orbiter and Bexify were the 2 that were combining on so many passing plays. Shout out to Advocates for holding it down on the back end, but you got to take one of them off the pitch with demos. If you interrupt, and it's not just demos and physicality, just find a way to interrupt those passing lanes when you see those 2 heading downfield. Find a way to interrupt that before it gets started. Otherwise, you're going to see a whole lot of that passing continue, and you never want to play on your heels, Chimako.
It was a great passing effort from Bentonville, and the thing is, I don't think LastChance was expecting those passes. Some of them you expect them, but there were some moments, like I said before, I thought it was going to be a shot. I thought they were going straight into the net, and then all of a sudden it's Orbiter out of nowhere. And the thing is, I mean, you got a limited frame of vision on Rocket League. It is a fact. So sometimes cars can go into that blind spot, and out of nowhere you don't even hear them, and it's like, boom, we're here, we're gonna catch the ball and we're gonna put it on net. So everyone has to be talking to everyone here. The communication has to be key. So if I'm the only one, the last person on defense, and I don't have a good field of vision, I don't see one car, one of my teammates has got to let me know, hey, there's someone there that can get the pass. This could be a passing play, so you better be careful, be aware of that possibility as well, and then you might be able to make the right call and cut that pass before it actually happens.
Well, it looks like Bentonville, they got the first goal before the communication systems went down. So that being said, we will honor that first goal from Bentonville. They'll be up 1-0 in this game number 3 once we get back to it. Right now, they're just making sure that all the settings are correct, that they have the right time on the clock, and so on and so forth before we get going. Obviously, fair play is what we believe in here at PlayVS, and we want to do the same whenever we get into matches. So in and out of the game, obviously, PlayVS. PlayVS.com is where you need to be to grow your esports program. 100% from start to finish, from learning how to kick off your programs to the partnership with Stay Plugged In as well, to find collegiate opportunities for all of these players. There's so many avenues that open up by being part of PlayVS. So we encourage you go to playversus.com if you're not already part of it, or refer them to a friend. But we've got game number 3. We're jumping back in here, Chimako. Cannot wait, because all of this chit chat about the ins and outs, jumping into and diving into the weeds about analytics here. And at the end of the day, it's still 1-1, baby. And both of these teams have that advantage going into a new best of 5. So basically, even grounds here into this next game.
Yeah, but basically it's even grounds, and they already have played with each other before on regular season, but it was good to have these two games, and now I'm sure the coaches are telling them a few things. Hey, keep doing this, stop doing that, move around, follow this through. I think the boost conservation part is big right now, and Bentonville was doing a great job of boost starving LastChance. So that hopefully that's a thing that they talk about beforehand. Not beforehand, but throughout these quote unquote dead time that they were trying to adjust the tech difficulties. So let's see if they were actually able to adjust to get on the right track, and let's see who's gonna have the upper hand here on game number 3.
Well, you've heard all of us talk so much, but we want to know who you have in chat as well. Chat, support your high school teams if you're able. Go ahead and type in the chat who you think is going to win this match here. But right now, it looks like they're going to get that goal back. So it looks like they're going to run out that clock and get that first goal. So that's what you're looking at right now. We'll come back to us in the meantime. And that allows us a chance to talk a little bit more about it here, Chimako. That's what we're after. That's what we're looking for as well, are these teams. How can they get through? And chat, we're very curious. Support your high schools right now and show us you're here to support, because that encouragement can go a long way in this LAN environment.
Oh, definitely. Having people, supporting you on LAN. I mean, if they're on LAN, better, but even online as well, and having a good time. And I mean, it's all about the competition and the fun as well. So, Fair, I think we are back into the action. So, Bentonville had the first goal, and now let's get it going.
We're finally back into it. We appreciate everybody's patience as we hop into this game 3. And Bentonville, like we mentioned prior to, well, they've got that first early goal here. Not watching back. It's wide open here. We're maybe delayed here. So not 100% what's going on, Chimako. We'll continue to give you more details as we understand what is happening on the pitch currently. I know one of the teams already off the bat that they're planning on joining without headsets. So to that front here, Chimako, when you don't have the game sound in at all, it can make a big difference as far as where you're going to be. But I guess they've elected to say, hey, with the issues that we're having, we're just going to roll through it and trust our confidence to play this game.
I mean, I wouldn't do that. Some people play with music and they don't even listen to the game. That's fine. I'm not an advocate for that. But then having no communications as well, not being able to talk to the people or listen to the people talking to you, that's a big deal, especially at this level of Rocket League. So I wouldn't advise for that at any time. So they're having the issues right now. They're trying to figure it out, how to work this thing. And it's proving to be a little bit messy, but I understand why. I mean, if you don't have any sounds, I personally advise against it, and you should be doing whatever you can do to fix it and had I mean, you mentioned it before, right? A fair play as much as possible.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. And when you have headsets and monitors heading out or blacking out a little bit, you have to figure it out and roll into the next one with. And make sure the tech's figured out for that fair play. We're going to send it to a quick break while we figure this out, and we'll be right back with you in this Arkansas Activities Association Finals. seen so far, to get you a little bit caught up here, Bentonville has really had an offense to watch out for and really fear if you're Cabot High School. LastChance played a very strong defensive game in game number 1, which led them to success in that overtime winner that we saw in game 1. But since game 2 started up, you never want to play on your heels because the defense eventually, Bentonville was able to break through. They've been the more dangerous team. They have the 1-0 lead here, and there's a reason why. It's because their offense is so hot. But, I mean, that being said, we're still at even grounds at 1. It could be anybody's match, but I'm eyeballing Bentonville as my favorite. Now, whether or not it's going to play out that way, we'll see.
Maybe take advantage of that aggressive nature from Bentonville. Trying to look for a few bumps. Sush can't win. Is very close. Gets out of the way. Instead, it's going to bump Orbiter, but Abacus send that ball screaming down the pitch in order to find another opportunity for the squad. Everyone's fighting for boost as well. Not a lot of chance for folks to pick up boost in 3v3 at the moment.
And that's what Shimako was pointing out as well. Bentonville very strong in that boost, stealing game. As you see Tux take another one on the way out in rotation. And now they're going to actually rotate out themselves as they didn't really like that look. LastChance playing a lot more patiently. Bentonville, their passing really stood out to me as well. There's an opportunity. It's pretty wide open here. Sush brought it back down, but Orbiter able to recover in time. Get back for that save. An excellent recovery effort, but Tux right back on net, and Orbiter can't get to this one, though. Tux will break through, and LastChance have equalized at 1.
You know, I was about to say, Sush, living true to the name, can't win, but even Orbiter's got to be feeling a little bit not able to get that final the ball out. Tux looking nice and clean with that big boom, just sends it off to that corner pocket, just out of reach. Brings it 1-1. We're already halfway past the game with only less than 2 minutes to go. I feel like with that momentum shift back in the favor of LastChance, you're going to start finding another opportunity to score. Close pass from Tux. He's going to send it back and going to give it over to Arctic Blaze. Hopefully, Blaze can pick up some boost in the meantime, but we'll get challenged by Avicus. Sush can't win with the 50. It's still in the danger zone, but unable to find a moment. Wait a second. Tux rolls it in, and Orbital will be able to clear that one out.
That was an excellent read from Tux to jump in that play in that moment, because typically the play is to rotate out, but to stay, keep his presence of mind very focused and get to that ball was very challenging for the defense, but they got there and no further harm done, at least not for now. Tux will still continue to try to press forward into the Bentonville defense, but Bentonville Black still holding strong like we saw in that game number 1. Perhaps eyeballing that second touch, but left it for Sush instead. He was able to take a shot on, but Abacus able to answer that with the save. Looking for a transitional play, but Arctic going to be the first one to get to it. A bit of a lackluster touch, though, as that fell back down to center. Backsified. Back to Abacus. The passing of Bentonville, trying to amp that back up, because with some of this time left cold, trying to figure out the tech issues, you kind of have to get back to getting that connection right back.
And that makes it especially difficult, but so far it does feel like Bentonville Black is struggling to really find their spacing as well. I'm just looking at them from up above, and they seem to stack with each other, which is not that much of an issue if you play for the low 50, but so far they have not been able to do so. Quick back and forth demos between both squads. Abacus is setting for Bexy. Bexy, soft touch will drop it just below the crossbar.
Abacus sets this one up to perfection, pulls it back down. The last second touch allows himself to go turtle mode and then get the flip at the very last second to pop it over one member of the defense. And Bexify, instead of becoming a spectator, jumped right into the box at the exact right time in order to take this 2-1 lead in such a huge moment with just 9 seconds left. Off the kickoff now, they'll try to press it forward. Bexify gonna be shielded by Tux. Arctic right back out the center, just need to kill it, but right now this one should hit wall. It does. It'll fall down. Bentonville with the last 10-second goal, and they're up 2-1 here in this best of 7 series.
Love to come out with a 2-1. Coming out being cold, at least. What would your game plan be if your LastChance going into it?
Last chance, I was all about trying to eliminate passes prior to this game kicking off between Orbiter and Bexify, which was seen to some degree for last chance, maybe not as strong as it could have been. But now I'm learning more and more about what Advocates brings and its playmaking, just pure playmaking ability, as he was able to create a solo play of his own. So maybe it's not just an initial pass. You have to be ready at all times between three members of Bentonville. For me, again, you have to interrupt that. You have to find ways through bumps, demos to make sure and ensure that that space taken by Bentonville is not there. It stinks that it happened in the last 9 seconds, right? I mean, it was such a moment where Bentonville was able to just jump on it in the right opportune time. Last chance, they need to brush that off the shoulders. Otherwise, Bentonville could very easily just run away with this one based on what the way that they were able to win that third game in the first place.
Yeah, going back to what you said about Advocates just being a playmaker, that's a playstyle I really appreciate seeing, especially in threes. But Orbiter as well was going for demos and clearing out, trying to find more opportunities, just like now, taking down Arctic Blaze. And Advocates pushing Tux into the back of the net, won't be able to convert on this one, but that pressure is there, that moment of training. And now they have another factor, another variable that last chance has to be aware of. Advocates will send it, finds that opening, trying to clear it out, won't be able to find the space with Abacus right at your door.
Yeah, and it looked like Bexify was going to get that additional touch, and I think it threw off the defense. But yes, you're right, Abacus was able to jump into the box at the right time. Again, it seems like Bentonville's been doing that a lot. I've said that same phrase because it's not just, aggression at all the times. It's exactly when you need it to be, and Bexify almost got another one right on cue. Tux was able to pull this one down. Now he's got some space to work with. Shot taken, but Orbiter on the other side of that one. Easily handled there on the other side based on their positioning. But look at that play. A little bit high on the shot from Tux, but a passing play there from Last Chance as they do their best Bentonville impression.
I really love angling for that redirect, trying to bring it down. And unfortunately, just a bit too high above the bar, and Sush can't win once again, cannot find a goal. It's going to go back to Arctic Blaze, who will be denied at the gates between all of Bentonville, just closing the gate to the community. Arctic Blaze playing around the corner, setting up off the side. Big boom and clear from Abacus, going to send down center. Has control still, but doesn't have a lot of boost. Tries to fake out Abacus, but gets his shoelaces stepped on. It's going to wander back while Sush makes another attempt off the backboard.
Oh, now triple commit there. An opportunity for Tux to step up. And the first time I'm going to say this about Last Chance, not an opportune time to play a little bit farther back. So a bit of an opportunity left on the table here as Arctic Blaze will play back out to center. Abacus got the demo, though, so they won't have numbers, but they do have a little bit of space, at least Sush did for the time being. And a good 50-50 to keep it here. Tux will already be up for this one, but Orbiter able to bail them out from a great positioning on the back wall, and now they'll have their opportunity. Abacus trying back wall, never mind, it's straight in. 2-0 for Bentonville as they strike in another end-to-end play led by Abacus.
Love Abacus just sees that opening and just has to put some power behind it. 53 miles per hour for a shot off the ceiling as well, by the way. Just puts enough force and makes it so difficult to save because everyone anticipated that ball just hitting the ground at half court, but you got to get used to that level of speed. Sush can't win. We'll find a corner shot, though, just brings it back down to a 1-goal game.
And that's what you need was an answer, right? Because Bentonville had put on, goals for days here recently. They got out of the last game with the win to make it 2-1 in the series, and since then I felt like they were running away with it, and Last Chance had a chance to prove them wrong and be able to cut the lead in half here.
Tux is going to walk it out of the corners, trying to set it up. Arctic Blaze really wanted to take it off the sidewall, but didn't have the boost or the momentum. Now last one back, still no boost as well. Fantastic 50 from Bentonville, won't be able to convert. Now Sush can't win, looking to go from corner to corner. Tries to keep it out Bexify, but it's going to go back to the striker, Abacus, who was a playmaker the last couple of games, by the way, but now has been taking control and taking charge. Orbital covering the back line. Is going to set up for that center line pass, but won't be able to convert as we hit the halfway mark. It's still Bentonville in the lead.
Still got this lead, and the shot taken there, and Orbiter. He's a late flip to get there. Orbiter back onto it as well. We'll get past midfield, but we'll have 3 members of the defense waiting for him on the other end. His Last Chance, all they can really do is play it to the corner, though. Eventually, Sush will get around to it, but giving away possession here as Orbiter able to just direct it right back into the zone. Good touch to get away from him, but Abacus looking for a shot there in that situation. He had Bexify in the middle. I would have liked to see a pass there, but either way, now you got to look out and play some defense. You can't linger on it, and Abacus will try to do just that, but lost possession here. Orbiter able to get it here out to center field, using the wall to kind of bang it off there in order to free up a little bit of space, but Orbiter working backwards to this one. Abacus already up, shot taken, Sush, another big save.
I love Abacus anticipating the pass out to center, immediately tries to strike. Great situational awareness. I believe that was Arctic Blaze waiting for the ball to be in sight, but did not see Abacus rising up. Orbiter also within orbit tries to strike it down home. Just a bit off target for the landing. Abacus with a demo in the back line is going to force Sush Can't Win to play forward without any boost. Everyone's up in the front field. Arctic Blaze going for the backboard, won't be able to between the flurry of bodies, but maybe will take someone with them on the way out.
Yeah, a couple of demos, and that's what I was calling for, and it freed up some space, gave them an opportunity, but it was shut down here. Abacus just trying to kill time at this point, but if you continue to just give away possession, that'll allow Last Chance to have a few more chances instead. This tucks up, shielded by Bexify. Nobody around it, though, here from Bentonville. Eventually, Abacus will step up for it, too. Orbiter looking for an extra touch to put it behind members of the defense. Now left Last Chance trying to commit to it. Sush will take the shot. Abacus well read to this one, and you got to look out for this counterattack as they go 1, 2, 3. Abacus does clean it up there. A bit of confusion from the Last Chance defense out in the corner, and that allows Bentonville RL Black to take back the 2-goal lead.
And honestly, appreciate Bex just being in that front pitch, waiting for that pass, and just drops it, just gives a handoff right to Abacus to get that hat trick as well. Great team chemistry on display for Bentonville. And honestly, they look like they're trying to close out the series quickly. With just 15 seconds left, it's not going to be a lot of time for Last Chance to find a response, but they can at least bring that momentum back in their favor, bring the game back and close. Sush Can't Win. Soft lob. We'll send it center of the net, and that's the best way they can score so far. They have to pull out their defense and try to force it to be awkward for Bentonville.
Bentonville did that a little bit earlier in this series as well, where instead of taking a shot, maybe find little touch passing around them. They'll need another one here in the next 8 seconds to try to give themselves a decent shot here in the series. And Tux, although he brings it forward, it was Bentonville that won it backwards and gained possession. That'll force Last Chance to try to go all the way from their own end with 0 seconds left. But Bexify tries to put it away. It actually went off the front of Abacus, but it'll still hit the ground here, and Bentonville will go to match point here in the finals.
And honestly, they got to feel good right now. I love this aggressive play style we saw from Abacus, but also I want to shout out Orbiter. Demo setting up bumps, Bex setting up passing plays, just either sending it off the backboard or just, again, that handoff to Abacus for that third goal, really making sure that they take the lead for this one and making it difficult for Last Chance. But Last Chance got the last goal in that 5-minute time span for the match. How important is that last goal for your team's momentum and morale?
Huge importance, especially when your championship lives are going to be on the line. You're already going to come out with a bit of an edge coming into this next game. Your gameplay hasn't suffered all that much. It was still a 1-goal game. It was still Last Chance, with just 1 shot less, as Bentonville put up 8, Last Chance put up 7. So they're still in this completely. And to get that last goal not only puts you in the mindset of, hey, we got the next goal so we can roll into the next one and get an early start, but also the confidence level too, knowing that you're able to defend a lot of what Bentonville was able to put out there. But the issue is Bentonville's been so good with Orbiter and Bex that, when Abacus started stepping up and getting that hat trick, now you have to worry about all 3 members of Bentonville getting on the board. It'll be difficult for them, yes, but that 1 goal at least will allow them to eliminate the intimidation factor and come out not only with an edge, but also with some momentum coming into this next game.
It's going to be really interesting to see how Last Chance adapts, especially because we saw Bentonville utilize bumps and demos so often on the pitch in order to open up those channels to find a goal. And now just need to be a bit more aware. I love Arctic Blaze just putting a power shot right towards the center of the net. Won't be able to get that first goal. But they need to start being a bit more aware. And the best way to beat a team that's trying to bump and demo you is to just play a bit faster, play with that coverage. Arctic Blaze covering that back line. Fortunate save will not get the boost, so Abacus stealing it, and Orbiter dropping it down center will instead send it out to the corner, buying some time for the folks at Last Chance.
Orbiter he knew what he was doing there, and that was to just put it the defense in an awkward situation there when you're having to fend it from behind. There was no real velocity to the shot. There was no real touch that was a quick one, like with quick pace, but it didn't have to be. The defense was left scrambling, trying to find the ball, and instead of worrying about boost, and that allowed the boost control of Bentonville to amp up to a different degree. And now that's why they gain this possession directly back. Here, Orbital tries to keep that mindset going with the touch. The backward one was read all the way by Sush as he looks to transition forward and has some great speed with the wave dash. Or to at least challenge it first, but it falls back to Arctic. Shot taken, but a big save here from Vexify.
Just not on target, just goes right into the landing path of Bex, able to get that clear out. Ball going back. Oh, huge miss from Arctic. That's going to open up for Bex, who will find a goal.
Oh, man. Tough mental mistake, especially in your elimination game. It's going to feel like you're rolling back into it and chasing the game from here on out. It's just a difficult moment here from LastChance. And they find themselves down again, but you can't linger on it. You have to be mentally strong and roll into the next opportunity here. You didn't do yourself favors, but you got to get back into the game mentally.
Yeah, there is that team mentality of whenever you're on match point, especially in a grand final stage, you have all this pressure on you. It's 3-1 in the series. So if LastChance takes it, that puts all the momentum back in their favor. They know they can win. Ooh, Sushi can't win, though. Can't beat Avicus to the punch on that shot. Orbiter also had so much momentum, but Avicus will get the final touch at the very end.
Yeah, Orbiter challenged it, and Avicus just wanted to make sure it's in. You have to. When you're on championship point and you just want to make sure that the job is done at the end of the day. Bentonville RL Black, their fans right now must be amped up right now. The coach definitely fired up. Their players super excited as well in this live environment, by the way, in Arkansas, hosted by PlayVS and the Arkansas Activities Association. It's inching closer to Bentonville trying to get the victory, but look now!
Ooh.
Arctic gets one back here. A great way to charge the box at the right time, and with 2:59 left, they've cut the lead in half.
Could not have drawn that play up. I love that aggression. Just Arctic knows they're going to get a save, but it's hard to clear that ball out when there's another person right on top of you. You don't have an alley to send it away. Makes it more difficult. And now you have to just be aware of getting dunked on the entire time. If hopefully LastChance can continue to play that aggressive lifestyle, if they can continue to play that up close to the strike zone on the blue side of the pitch, they'll be able to find a couple more goals. But it's risky to do so because you leave one man behind while the second man is trying to recover and get ready for a pass out or try to get ready to get back on defense. Halfway gone so far. Bex will pick up the ball, but Arctic will take out Bex fairly quickly. And now 1v1 play stall coming from Avicus. Won't be able to clear out over Arctic Blaze. Instead, Orbiter's going to drop it off to the side and just try to play patient. But great save from Bex will buy them some more time.
Cox is looking to challenge as well here from the corner. A majority of the time spent in their own end. It's not a deal breaker if you're hemmed in your own end in Rocket League. It can feel a little bit frustrating, but less so than a whole lot of other esports because you can transition so fast, and we've seen Bentonville do that. In fact, it almost feels like LastChance might be playing into their hands if they can coordinate it right, if they can get this next goal. But on the other side of the coin, Bentonville's defense has shown some times where they've double committed, and for LastChance, you have to be coordinated enough in order to be able to take advantage of it, to be the opportunistic team that you know they can be. But with a minute 37, it's going to make it even more difficult. Chance for Tom, shot taken, Avicus makes a save.
Great trust from Orbiter, just able to deny Arctic just a bit outside the box. But again, all three players of LastChance on the front end of the pitch trying to set each other up. Tux does not have the vertical leap in order to clear that ball, try to strike it. Instead, will take the life of Orbiter. Sends him down to the side. Arctic Blaze will sail right over the ball. It's in center lane, but Sush can't win, will not be able to pick that one up. Instead, Arctic Blaze will send it back upfield.
And left it for a teammate there as well to try to doink it down, but look out, Orbiter a couple times with a dunk, and Bexify will clean up. 3-1 Bentonville with 55 seconds left.
That's frustrating. Tux is up. Arctic is up. Tux gets the touch. Sush can't win, is on the opposite side of the goal. Not a lot you can do there, especially when everyone goes all in on that play. Defense and offense alone. You just have to be the last one involved to make the final certain touch. That could be the nail in the coffin with 50 seconds left to go. but Last Chance has to fight this out. They have to find opportunities in order to bring this game just a bit closer and stay alive.
Love that work that was in the corner there from Tux to get it past a couple members of the defense. Still no goal to show for it, but at least they're able to march forward here. Arctic can't touch it, but Tux in support. Abacus right on it, though. That'll kill even more time as Orbital will play at the length of the pitch. That bit of a mistouch here, too, and the demo to free up more space. A big save for Sush will at least keep them closer now. Tux in transition, but a great touch from Abacus to kill even more time. Down to 10 seconds left. And Bentonville from the get-go show the high-power, high-octane offense that we've seen throughout the entirety of the regular season. When they met, it was a 3-1 in the regular season. And Bentonville continued to show that they had this locked down. Down to the ground it goes. Bentonville, RL Black are your PlayVS Arkansas Activities Association champions for the spring of 2024.
You love to see it. Bentonville just played a fantastic game. They had so many options to go to for so many different plays, whether it's Orbiter setting up for demo, setting up for those passing plays, or Abacus just taking advantage whenever there was any sense of an opening. Bex as well, just being the striker in this moment, only going 50% for 2 for 4, but still just playing aggressive. Have to love the way that Bentonville Black played, but Last Chance, they have some opportunities to work certain mechanics, certain rotations in order to improve and set themselves up for the future.
Yeah, Cabot High School is definitely a program on the rise. There's no doubt. They showed very much heart in this series. Bentonville has been doing it to every single team, including, like I mentioned, Cabot High School during the regular season in the 3-1 victory. And for Cabot, they were the only ones to truly, where it felt like there was a super strong challenge and opportunity to beat the unbeaten. And they just came up a little bit short. But shout out to this team for coming through, making it to the finals, even through the semifinal situations that happened way back when. Today, we appreciate everybody's patience coming through here as well. And of course, Ice Cold Brew for coming in relief of Chimako to come and witness what was Bentonville RL Black and their domination throughout the entirety of the last few games.
Been a lot of fun. I can't wait to see more action coming along as this entire day continues through. But thank you so much for having me on as well, Bearlight, and shout out to the broadcaster Shredder Shades for taking care of us in the background, keeping us in the loop on everything that's going on.
That's right. Yeah, big thank you to Shredder Shades for the production, for PlayVS and all the admins live dealing with the unfortunate Discord issues that were happening through, but they did a great job to work with everybody there at the Arkansas Activities Association and live there, all the staff in the LAN environment where it can get a little bit frustrating, and they still fought through it with strength, and we appreciate you. And all the parents and students that tuned in as well. Without your support, well, it makes things very difficult. So your support means everything to all the players that are here in existence too, and all the fans right around the every school involved here today. Very much appreciate that. That'll do it for the Arkansas Activities Association stream today on the PlayVS channel. Make sure to hit the follow button here on this channel as well to not miss out on the many things and opportunities that PlayVS is doing. Until next time, we wish you a great night. Take care, y'all.